You've been wondering why you're here, who I am, why I'm doing this to you. So guess. If you guess right, I'll tell you. By the old gods and the new, I swear. You win the game. If you can figure out who I am and why I'm torturing you, and I win the game if you beg me to cut off your finger. You think I'm some sort of savage? If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention. I win.
Welcome to this podcast.
All right, welcome back. Same shit, different day, the podcast.
Same shit, different day. What it do?
Episode 13.
13.
Lucky number 13, man.
It would be 13 today, right?
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Lucky number 13. Maybe it'll be the one. Maybe it'll be the one that gets me out of the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hopefully to the moon, son.
To the moon, that's right. Yo, let's get it started, bro. Let's kick it right off. We got a lot of shit to talk about. We got to break down UFC 260. We're going to do some early predictions on some MLB, how that's going to turn out. Season starts tomorrow. That's exciting. I'm excited as fuck.
By the time this come out, it'll probably be opening day and we'll probably be watching the Mets dub, but
see, he's trying to take a shot at my producing.
Wow.
Nah.
Asshole.
That's
It wasn't
fucked
a
up.
shot.
It's just a lot of work, all right?
That's what I'm saying. It'll be out tomorrow.
Listen, everybody just has to understand that when they watch it, it has to be in the perspective of 2 days ago.
Right.
We got lives. It got to happen, but
Yeah, I mean, we got time. Ain't no UFC fights this weekend, so
exactly, and that's why I think I'm excited. Like, I'm even more excited. I think the UFC ended that surge of constant events every week with a real bang at the end, and even losing that co-main event, it was a great fucking card.
Yeah, I give you that.
And now we get to just roll right into baseball season, man. And I'm kind of glad because baseball, they basically play every day, so it's like I'm glad to.
It's a good weekend for them to take off because that's what it's going to be about this weekend.
Yeah, man. I want to wake up Saturday, man. Not concerned about work or anything, and I want to watch a game of baseball, bro.
I hear you.
I might even make some hot dogs, some beer.
Have a brewski. Word.
Let's do it. Light something up. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
But
yeah, man, I'm excited. I can't wait for that. Let's go Mets. But let's recap this UFC 260 first. A lot of shit happened there. I don't want to get too far off of that because it was quite an event, man.
Let's go. How you want to start it?
Well, I just want to give a couple shout outs. You know, we can get to our picks. I would say, surprise, surprise, the king is back.
Surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!
The king is back. Now, I only beat you by one because
it's all good. Take it down, man.
Yeah, we lost one of the fights. And we went the same way on two of the other ones, but the one we went opposite on, But I'd like to give a couple shout outs even beyond that. I hope I'm not butchering this. Abu Bakr Nurmagomedov, another Khabib, not only family member, but a guy that he's coaching now.
Right.
And let me tell you something straight up, and I have a feeling it hinges on this because of the name recognition. If Luke Rockhold does in fact return to the UFC, because we saw that Khabib's now coaching him as well. If Luke Rockhold wins his comeback fight, I don't even know if it's going to be, the guy could win it kickboxing, which then we know it's like maybe it wasn't directly just Khabib's influence, right? But if Luke Rockhold, just the narrative and the way the internet works nowadays, the fucking scum capital that it is, but they will say he's getting coach of the year, no doubt. And I would like to see Islam Makhachev come back and get one more for himself and for Khabib's chance at coach of the year. But I think he's an early candidate to consider it.
I think if they had odds on it, he'd be the favorite, to be honest.
Right? I mean, just because of his name recognition, right? So a lot of the time, some of these coaches have made their name, like Greg Jackson, even Javier Mendez at AKA.
Yeah.
He's made enough of a name, but Khabib being the former fighter, making that transition like while he's 32 years old, and without a doubt, at his weight, definitely the best guy in the world still.
Alhamdulillah.
Corner, some guys I can't even refer to right now. He was in this guy's
quite
corner.
A few now.
If he gets Luke Rockhold, another sort of recognizable name, who's come off of some real bad knockouts, if he wins his next one back, I think it's a shoo-in, like Khabib wins coach of the year.
I don't know, bro. Yo, he's gonna have a little bit of contest with your man Kamaru Usman because he must have been teaching my man Ngannou, dig that head in there, drop him, take his back. I couldn't believe what went on this weekend, bro.
So you want to kick it off at the top?
Oh man, I don't know. Whichever way you want to go. I'm just saying that was ridiculous. Nah. Save the fireworks for the end. Let's start from the bottom. Where are we going?
All right.
Did we pick the Jamie Malarkey fight?
We didn't. I just wanted to mention it because I was like, there was a lot of talk about it for some reason. We were watching fucking Vinny the Elbow on the UFC segment there.
Yikes! I love cocaine!
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
The guy with his fucking scary teeth. And, like, he does more coke in between segments than fucking Tony Montana. You know what I'm saying? Like, that fucking degenerate brought it up. And I don't know. It was just one of those funny situations.
Before he brought it up, I brought it up.
You did bring it up. I believe the first time I heard about it from you was that you're mad that is what you were looking at because that fucking degenerate on TV just also picked it. And you felt like now
yeah,
you were
that
fucked.
is right.
Yeah. Not that you weren't thinking it. You were thinking it. You just hadn't mentioned it to me until that context.
Oh, we cashed on Jamie Malarkey.
Oh yeah, because you said you hit me before and you were like, yo, I was all over Jamie Malarkey and now I'm worried because this fucking degenerate.
Yeah, Jitter Jaw had me scared.
Who should be on a fucking Colgate commercial? I'll tell you what, this guy, he's gonna fucking knock him out.
Oh,
and
man,
like, yeah, he was scary, but it happened. Wow, I mean, he flatlined that dude.
You want to know something? The reason why I was all over Jamie Malarkey? I've seen this before in Comma Worthy.
True, you right.
I've seen the stripper head hitting the ground before. I didn't want. I couldn't take that action again. So yeah, we cashed on Jamie Malarkey.
Like the landing strip doing the landing. Yeah, I get it, man. But I wasn't too sure. I didn't know either way, but I was still, just from, I guess, an eyes perspective, I saw them get ready and I said, oh, it's all right. You never know. You could be surprised. But I wasn't planning to be, even thinking I could be surprised, I was not prepared to be that surprised.
Right.
Like, he floored him. That shit was crazy and quick. But,
how about Sugar Show?
Yeah, man, that's where we get it kicked off when it comes to our picks. We both went that way because we were pretty sure of it, but
that was easy money.
Yes, easy money, but I'll just say he averted some bullshit had it just gone a couple more minutes. Like, not that it would have mattered. He still would have won the fight, and to him, I don't think he lost his last fight and refuses to accept it. So I don't think he would have been upset at winning this fight a certain way.
Right.
But I just think it's kind of awesome for him because I'm not a fucking hater and I hate the cesspool that the internet is, where one half of them are going to fucking hate on you no matter what. And the other half are just going to blindly defend you no matter what. So it's just like gross, but he could have left that one half. If that had gone to decision, it would have just opened the floodgates for, look, he's still immature, which frankly, I think might even still be true. He's a damn good fucking fighter, though.
Oh, looked fucking impressive out there.
He's way too long for anybody in that division. Like, he's a good 3 inches taller than the fucking tallest guy who ever fought at bantamweight. He does show signs of immaturity still. And I think that, I'm not trying to be that guy, I swear. I'm just pointing out what I know would have happened by experience of seeing the other animals do it. It would have been a half of his comments would have said, you're a fucking clown. You should have finished that guy in the first round. And if you fought a guy who wasn't on a 4-fight losing streak, he would have got up and fucked you up for that. But that's what, you know. But at the end of the day, I'll tell you what.
Posted.
I don't think it's as bad as it looks. I don't know. I think it did look like he was about to finish him, and I think Almeida popped up surprisingly quick.
He popped back up and shit. He fought for another couple of rounds, bro.
That's what I mean. Like, he didn't just pop back up physically. Like, he popped back up and was attentive. Immediately. I was a little shocked at that.
But if he jumped on him, it would have been stopped.
Probably, yes.
Definitely would have been. He said after the fight, he likes to have those highlight reel knockouts. And
I get it.
He definitely had one.
Well, that's the thing. So there's the thing, right? So what he did do, though, and how he does finish it, and how he kind of like, how crazy it was because he knocks him down again and goes to like walk off again. But this time,
fucking turns around and hit him with the mollywop from hell.
I don't know why. To me, it's more shocking when someone's based on the ground and gets knocked unconscious like that than when they're standing up and get knocked and fall to that position. Because it's like you almost feel like you're supported by the ground. No. But they have to hit you so hard that maybe it's just like you're the fucking nail, I guess, right?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. And that's what it looked like. And that ended up, crazy enough, being more of a highlight than what it would have been if he just stepped in and finished him in the first round. Or if the guy hadn't even gotten up off the walk-off in the first round.
Yeah.
I think those are 2 and 3 to what he did.
Right.
And that's crazy. So the Sugar Show is back. He straight up almost knocked that guy out twice in one fight. And unfortunately, as I said in the last one, I think it's sort of a 2 birds with 1 stone thing. I doubt Thomas Almeida gets another fight in the UFC. That's 5 in a row. Tough competition, though.
Right, yeah. He put up a hell of a fucking scrap, but yeah.
You almost got to feel like, he deserves it just for getting up off that first one. And fighting off for 2 more rounds.
And yeah, he landed a couple shots. It's just Sugar Show was just way too technical that whole fight. And then delivered the KO and hit him with the Kobe.
Yeah. I don't I'm not even against celebrating. I just didn't love it.
Fuck that. Shit.
Was it for Kobe though? I don't know if it was Kobe.
No, it definitely wasn't for Kobe. He fucking swished his fucking face and he just turned around and Kobe.
Asshole.
I kind of looked at it like the Jim Jones balling. It looked a little more balling than Kobe. You want to hear a funny story I heard today? So after these fights, right? Chael Sonnen was doing a show with Ariel Helwani. They're talking about what's next for Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
And I was about to ask you that question, so that's why I want to bring this up. And he goes, I got one for you, Ariel. Don't quote me word for word, but he literally takes his phone and he goes, Dominic Cruz just texted me.
Oh, my God.
And said he's interested in the fight with Sugar Sean O'Malley next, right? So first off, I want to say, how do you feel about Dominic Cruz against Sugar Sean next?
Tell my man to stay behind the mic.
Oh, stop it. He just beat Casey Kenny. I'm trying to be disrespectful, bro.
Fuck.
Shut your mouth.
Hold on.
All I'm saying is,
that is 2 different levels.
Obviously, but that wasn't the point. My point was Casey Kenny is way more dangerous than he's worth beating.
Who the fuck is that guy?
And that's why I think you got to put some respect on Dominic Cruz's name, because he's not acting like one of these former champions who's like, I'm not fighting number fucking 13. Give me the belt or number 2 or 3. He goes, all right, I lost for the title in my last fight and you want to offer me Casey Kenny? Oh, okay, so you're trying to make me a stepping stone. I'll take it. I'll take it and I'll beat his ass. Now, give me some respect. It's almost like the same shit that happened with Derek Brunson. Derek Brunson's like, yo, how many times I got to take it?
Right.
Give me some fucking respect now.
Right.
Okay, right? So,
I guess.
All right, fuck all that. How about this? Fuck that. Who cares what's next with Sugar Sean? You want to hear the punchline of it? Dominic Cruz does an interview with Ariel Helwani today and goes, that's a complete lie. I never texted Chelsea.
Both.
He's like, and honestly, I don't even get what he gets out of it because I don't think it really does anything for him. Maybe, I don't know. But he was like, I text Chael Sonnen a couple months back because we considered doing like a submission event. But no, Ariel, why would I text Chael Sonnen?
Shut your mouth.
To tell him I want Sugar Sean. He goes, maybe it's like to try to act like Dominic Cruz is sitting at home watching his show. But let's be real here. Why wouldn't I text like Sean Shelby or Dana White? Why would I be sitting at home and text Chael Sonnen? It's so funny too, because I was thinking about it and I was like, yo, you know what? Does Ariel Helwani and Chael, they don't even do that shit live. That's a recorded show.
Yeah, ain't nobody checked that.
No, but just off the top, you can think about it. Like, how is Dominic Cruz sitting at home watching this and he just texted? Like his show with Daniel Cormier, it premieres live on YouTube and then stays as a video.
Right.
But this is like an ESPN Plus show, Ariel and the Bad Guy. It's literally recorded and then aired.
Yeah.
They say it's aired the same day, but whatever, it's aired.
This is egregious.
And it was just, bro, I was literally sitting in my room dying laughing. Like, that's fucking hilarious.
Shit.
Typical classic Chael Sonnen, bro. That shit was hilarious. I never texted him. I did not say anything.
Yeah, that's wild.
Whatever. Sugar Sean will be back soon, and as long as his ankles hold up, he should have a bright career. I am interested, though, to see when he gets to some sort of wrestler, like a real wrestler. Like, he reminds me a lot of a Conor McGregor in a lot of ways, in the dynamic striking and all that. But what happens when, like, the equivalent of the 135 Khabib comes a calling?
Shit, man, I remember him a couple fights ago. And you fucking talking about, I can't wait to show my ground game, and
he might have good submissions.
He's been knocking everybody out, so we can't see.
I bet you he has good submissions. I can see that. I think he had a couple subs early on before the Contender Series because he's long-limbed.
Yeah.
So if he gets your back, he's sliding that skinny-ass little fucking forearm under your neck, and his legs are throwing the body triangle on you with no problem, and he's squeezing the life out of you.
True.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can see that, but I'm talking about there's a difference between jiu-jitsu and your wrestling and grappling. And that, I think, is going to be the real test when we get to see him. Remember, I mean, Aljo, even TJ Dillashaw and shit, you know, without the needles in his butt.
Yikes!
Oh, shit.
He was originally a wrestler.
Yeah.
And more than likely, the butt needles and the testosterone that was creating was why he was such a crazy, aggressive striker. He might revert back a lot to some wrestling. And I want to see if TJ Dillashaw is taking him down all day, what is he going to do? You know, I don't know. We'll see. But that'll be the real test.
We'll see.
Moving along, we lost that co-main event, but we did pick Luque Woodley as well. I'll let you go first on this. We both had Luque, so we both get the point there. But I will say that I definitely think my tune is going to be different from last week. But I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I feel like it went down sort of exactly how it should have, minus Vicente almost getting his fucking head chopped off. That was some shot, but I think for me, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I think that was the last bullet in the chamber. And it was over. Once he got clicked, bro, everything, the past couple of fucking fights came raining down on them shoulders, and I think it's over.
Wow. Well said, my man. Yeah. Well said. My tune will change in the fact that I felt I was being a little disrespectful last week.
Right.
I meant it. I meant every word of it. The only thing I want to say is, in terms of the way I think it all wraps up either way, I think I could not have said it any better than every word. Like, you, short, sweet, concise, and perfectly explained.
You already know. Right?
It was the last bullet. You could see the weight of all the other fights landing on his shoulders. I mean,
a couple of other people would have fell from that.
100%.
I don't know how he ate that and came back and he delivered his shot, and then everybody was doing a stanky leg up in there.
Yeah, but so that's what surprised me, though, and that's where I come back to say, even if it's the last bullet in the chamber for Woodley, even if he's not going to come back, or if he does, I don't know what he's going to do. But I just want to say that last week I was completely writing him off because I felt like he legitimately retired in 2018. He did not show up to fight. And I'm not trying to be some internet troll trying to say like, oh, like he's a bitch and like he's scared. No, I've always just said he reached that pinnacle. He defended that belt multiple times. He was the champion for a while. He truthfully never felt good about the way the UFC treated him while he was champ.
Right.
And it just felt like, if that's the top and I didn't even love it then, what's my motivation to get back there now?
Yeah.
And it's truthfully never going to get better. This game catches up with you. And he's almost 40 and he's had a long career, and a successful one. But I just felt like, if you're not going to show up, then don't show up, bro. Just don't keep doing that. The one thing I got to give him here is, this was a different Tyron Woodley that fought Kamaru Usman, Gilbert Burns, and definitely Colby Covington. This is all I was asking for.
Right.
And man, Luque is dangerous.
He came to scrap, but yeah.
He was a second away from getting knocked out himself, just like you said. And I think he came with some fire in him and said, fuck this. Like, you're going to have to take me out on a stretcher. And I mean, it still was a little ugly. His body did like a weird thing after the choke was let go. That I feel like,
honestly, I hate to say it, you get older, bro. There's some things that just hurt. It hurt a little bit more than it did a couple years ago.
I'm 32. I feel that already.
The fuck, bro?
Kidding me?
Yeah, man. Yo, if you look, when he threw him in that Darce choke, when he first threw it on, he tapped his leg a little bit.
Right? Yo, I thought I saw that too.
And then he stopped. He caught his composure and realized I'm not getting out this shit. And then tapped, bro.
Yeah, once he shifted the weight towards and put his back against the cage, he couldn't move anymore.
Exactly. And it's no point in staying that. There's nothing wrong with fucking tapping. You live to fucking see another day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that one shot, it was either going to fucking take him down or it was going to keep going. I think that was it.
I don't mean to be a meathead, but there is an underlying consensus, I feel like, in a lot of jiu-jitsu communities that, like, you don't tap to a choke unless you're a bitch. Because you do go unconscious, but, like, all you do is go unconscious. Like, it's one thing if somebody catches you in a knee bar and, like, yo, if you don't tap right now,
this is a sport. Sometimes you lose.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying, like, Holly Holm didn't tap. She let Miesha Tate choke her out. She said, "Nah, you ain't gonna take me like that."
You saying?
Well, what I'm saying is, if I have you in a knee bar and you know that if you don't tap, you are not going to be back training for 18 months at the least. Because if I rip this knee apart, you're fucked. So you better tap. But if I choke you out, like we turn you on your back, we shake your legs for a minute, and you're up. And it's a lot better than getting even knocked out on the feet.
It's a game of chess, bro.
Matter of fact, you know what it's a lot better than?
It's a game of chess on the ground.
It's a lot better than the knockout we saw in the main event.
Surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!
Just go out, and we'll wake you up. It's better than doing the fucking polka.
Wow.
That Stipe Miocic just did on the way down. Like, you know, I'm sorry, but like that's just like I'd rather get choked out unconscious and woken up and be like, oh damn, yo, his technique is nasty, than have a fucking meme of me leaning completely on my back with my knee up in the air, sliding through ice and the grass and every other meme that people are putting him on. Come on, man. And that's fucked up too, yo. All jokes aside, like, have some fucking respect for the guy. I mean, Stipe Miocic, man, what's he ever done wrong to anybody?
Nah, that's how the world is, bro. They love you when you're on top. And
listen, I'm all for a joke. I'm all for a joke. I love jokes. Crack jokes on me. I'll crack jokes on you. I'm probably one of the too soon guys. I'm a true comedian at heart. Like, I'm the type of guy who makes a joke at a funeral. I just think I'm sorry. I don't get the context of how it's not funny.
It's not.
There's some funny in everything. If you really look at it. All right. I can make a joke about the worst things in the world in the right context, and you would laugh about it. It doesn't make you a bad person. But have some fucking actual respect for the guy, you know? Like, I can make fun of the fucking stanky leg that he did, but I actually respect the shit out of him, man. And he should take it too. He made a joke out of it. Did you see his statement afterwards?
Remind me. I forget.
Just telling people like he's good, he's okay. He said, look, I'm sorry. I get that it wasn't my most gracious fall, but I was unconscious. He said, I'll be back.
Yeah, I didn't see that. All I seen was that he said he deviated from the plan. I think that's false.
Yeah, he deviated after Francis Ngannou said, he didn't deviate.
He didn't deviate. He got assaulted. He didn't know. He did not know he was going to stop that takedown.
Yo, this has been one of your best pods. I just have to tell you that. Yo. That was great. He didn't deviate. He got assaulted.
Bro.
Oh, my God. That was fucking hilarious.
I was sitting there, and when he stopped that fucking takedown.
Wait, then took him back and took him down?
Forget about. Wait. He dropped on him, and I said, hold on. He's going to maneuver this. He's going to maneuver this somehow. Get back up.
Wrong.
When he took his back.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I threw my fucking wallet away. I said,
what's
the point of this?
I mean this with all due respect. When he sprawled that takedown, took Stipe's back, proceeded to slam him down and start landing ground and pound, I genuinely felt afraid for the greatest UFC heavyweight champion of all time. And I know who that is. I know who he is. I'm not trying to disrespect him. I'm trying to be respectful.
Yeah.
But I am telling you the honest truth that I felt in my chest. It's the same feeling I had when Nate Diaz landed that left hook and Conor went like this. And it was the first time that I ever watched him.
Right.
And I knew in my heart, this is not good.
Right.
Hey, I'm not surprised.
When Nate hit him and pointed at him and goes, I saw that.
Yeah.
And I went, oh my God, this is actually about to happen. And I actually get goosebumps just thinking about it right now. That's how I felt for Stipe.
Shit.
Did you see the punch he ate, though, in like early in the first round from Francis?
Yeah.
But bro, even though he ate it, you could see it staggered him a little bit, but he got right back to moving and he was on his feet.
It rattled the brain.
Right there, you had to know. Like it was just different tonight. Tonight it was different. And
I assumed we'd see that Mack truck hit. And I'd assume he'd eat it.
No, I don't know.
But you knew it was over when he fucking stopped that takedown.
No, at that point,
there was
I
absolutely
felt like
no shot.
When he hit that first punch, I went, you see? I knew it. This ain't going to be a good night for Stipe.
Nah.
When he sprawled the takedown, I went, oh my, somebody help him. That man is a father. You're just going to allow this? You're just going to, he hadn't even like really dropped him like he did later on, but he just stopped the takedown, took his back, slams him, and starts throwing like ground. And Stipe even kind of fights it off and gets back to his feet. But no, at that moment right there, I said, throw in the towel.
Right.
Just stop. It's not getting any better from here. I'm sorry. You're like, your best hope is like that he knees him like Peter Yan did.
Yikes!
It's the only way you're winning this fight. This is over. He just stopped the takedown.
Anybody that's about to get in that fucking octagon with him.
And I mean, Jesus Christ, what the fuck did Kamaru Usman really do in the last fucking 2 weeks that taught this guy how to fucking have exceptional? I'm telling you, it's not that. You know what? He is getting better. Don't get me wrong.
Definitely. He's definitely been working on shit.
And he's a monster. And I truly believe this is like, we'll talk about what's next for him in a moment, but I just want to say one last thing about Stipe. I just feel like the result of this and the way it went down, because I saw Stipe possibly like kind of getting fucked up and maybe even just like flash KO'd on some shit or something. But like the kind of like tumbling thing, I just was like, ugh.
Yeah.
The whole thing though, to me, felt like I kind of really like, I might have only got 1 point above this week, but I felt like my analysis was back on fucking point finally. Like everything I believed was going to be in terms of narrative here, I feel like was true. He didn't have the fire.
Definitely.
That first
true
one,
to a T.
He was disrespected. He said, I am going to prove a motherfucking point tonight. This was, you know who you saw the first night? The guy you saw in 2018 that fought Francis Ngannou was Fireman Stipe.
Right.
Was Stipe who pulls up in front of a house and there's a woman on the 7th floor and there's nothing but flames between him and her.
Right.
That's who you saw. He took that shit to another level. He was like, I'm not fucking losing this fight. You people disrespect me like I haven't done nothing. Like I don't already have the most fucking title defenses in heavyweight history. You're going to keep disrespecting me, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to prove a point to this guy.
Goddamn right.
But then you get removed from that. He gets knocked out by DC, which is shocking, right? Because once again, he almost lost the fire after that, proving that first point. He fucking stuffs the Francis Ngannou train, comes back, and gets knocked out by DC. And once again, he's got to prove himself. But now he beat DC 2 more times. He goes through a couple wars.
Yep.
And he just wasn't as angry this time. I could just tell. He's like, yeah, again, they're all thinking Francis is going to win. Whatever. I'll do the same thing I did last time.
Wrong.
Nah, that's a little different. And I didn't see it in them. It really, for all the times that I say the UFC always has this like background agenda in a lot of the fights they put together. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's called promoting. They set pieces up to like work the right way, right?
And hopefully those pieces fall into the puzzle the right way. Yeah.
But the last few weeks, actually, we've seen how they have it.
Yeah.
Right? Like Izzy Adesanya going for that double champ shit. Jan Blachowicz had no chance. He was finished. He was getting his ass whipped. But it didn't work out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it doesn't always work out. And there's been many stories of it working out and some of it not. Well, this week they got back to business. You can see it in Dana White's post-fight press conference and the smile that went from fucking ear socket to ear socket.
Yeah.
I mean, Suga Sean gets a fucking highlight reel KO.
Yep.
Tyrone Woodley loses, and you know he hates him. And then fucking Francis. This is it. They got Mike Tyson now. This is the UFC's Mike Tyson.
It's looking like trouble for anybody over there, bro.
There's one thing that's historic in the in all of combat sports. The heavyweight champion, if he could be a star, that's when your sport explodes. What's boxing's height? Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, all the great heavyweights that did it, right? As great as Floyd could be, as great as Conor McGregor could be, there's somewhere where you always know the 30th ranked heavyweight in the world. Probably, you know, anybody in the UFC that fights at heavyweight would beat the shit out of Conor McGregor. It doesn't have to be somebody in the top 5.
right.
Tai Tuivasa would fucking kill him if they locked them in a cage together. He's got 100 pounds on him, you know, and he's at least trained enough. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So my point is, the king is always the heavyweight, man. Yeah. There's nobody who could say, yeah, but he's not big enough, I'd fuck him up. Unless, let's get into what's next.
Yo,
show me the money.
Your man John Jones don't want to step up, and he do not want to step in that octagon with him. And I don't blame him.
Shut your mouth.
You got to pay me to take this ass whipping.
This is such a tough conversation because on one side, I find that to be a little disrespectful because at the end of the day, I think, yes. Right now, I would pick Francis to win the fight.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. If there's anyone currently constructed who can beat Francis Ngannou, his name is John Jones.
I believe that, and that's why I would want to see the fight.
Exactly. But
my money's definitely going on Francis.
I think the shocking thing is that the bookmakers made Francis almost a 2-1 favorite out the gate.
Really? Damn, how you know this and I don't even know this? What?
I'm connected, my man.
Shit.
I think it came in at like plus 188, minus 188 to start.
Really?
I said, what?
Wow.
That's
no respect.
And you know, because the bookmakers respect nothing but the dollar.
Yeah.
So it always is rational.
Yeah.
That's what I always like to put it. Like, it's like whatever is the most rational choice here, they go heavy that way. And then it fluctuates as money comes in. But, minus, really? I'm just saying.
I could totally, that might be one of them things where, like, right before this shit, we'd be like, yo, for your money, that might be the best bet. Because, you could totally see fucking John Jones evading him for the fucking first round.
No. Come on, man. Come on. Put a little bit more. I was prepared to talk shit too, but put a little bit for your money? No. You see John Jones with a plus next to him? You do what you gotta do. Understand something, bro. I will give Francis enough respect to say maybe I would pick him in the fight. I'm not positive of that. Maybe I would. But he has no right being the favorite. No way.
Fucking matchup that dropped.
I don't care. John Jones has been beating everyone his whole career.
Yep.
Ever. We've never even seen him fucking really lose. How the fuck could you say that? Like,
Francis,
how can anyone say
2021 Predator? Put some respect on his name.
Put some respect on my name.
I don't know. I think prime Daniel Cormier could beat Francis.
Oh shit, pussy.
I'm just saying, man. I think you gotta. I think I have all due respect for Francis, and now let's get to the way John Jones has acted about it, though.
Right.
Because I think I'm acting like maybe I have more respect for him and his ability to win this fight than he does. Just before the pod, man. He just came out saying the last offer they made him was 8 to 10 million base, and he hopes it's not that low again.
Holy shit!
What?
That money.
Oh, well, who does he think he is?
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Not sure, because that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
A lot of money. Hold on one second. And I understand that the counter to what I'm about to say is that this will be, though, the biggest fight he's ever been in.
Yeah.
Right? We know that for sure. Like, whatever he's done in the past, this will eclipse all of it.
Right.
But let's just talk a little bit about what he's done in the past, right? So I had to do like official research and really like look into this. So I found a reputable source at Tapology.com list of the top selling pay-per-view buy rates of not just the UFC actually, but it includes all of combat sports, which obviously only actually includes boxing and the UFC because no one else would come anywhere close. I don't need to go through all the top, but like John Jones checks in at this list in like the 20s. Okay. So it's his two Cormier fights, which are both like the second one's like 800,000 and the second one's 860,000 and the first one and his Gustafsson second fight was 700,000. He did 700 against Rashad Evans.
Yeah. So
he does like better numbers than most other people in the UFC do without a doubt. But you're not Conor McGregor. If I'm not mistaken, Conor's base pay for the Khabib fight was $5 million.
Yeah.
Which means John Jones is taking a base of 10 and then taking pay-per-view points if this fight does do as well as it does, which once again is sort of a bet on yourself, which is what Conor does. You get it? Like,
exactly.
I'll take a $5 million base pay because I'm Conor fucking McGregor. Give me more points on the pay-per-view, and let's see how that turns out. If I sell it, I deserve it.
Right.
Now, Conor McGregor obviously has the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the top 5 UFC fights by himself, and the second ever overall with Mayweather.
Hey, I'm not surprised.
But remember, I said, yeah, like John Jones Cormier fights did like 800,000. How long ago did my man fight Daniel Cormier? It's been a while. Yeah. And when you just look at the perspective, right? Like let's just look at some cards, some main events that eclipsed John Jones' buy rate easily. Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal. Brock Lesnar versus Shane Carwin. Ronda Rousey versus Holly Holm. Amanda Nunes versus Ronda Rousey. The Ultimate 2008 at UFC 92. They didn't even name the main event.
Holy shit!
Rampage Jackson versus Rashad Evans. Chris Weidman versus Anderson Silva. Randy Couture, Brock Lesnar. Miesha Tate, Amanda Nunes. How many do you need? Ronda Rousey versus Betch Correia did 900.
Wow.
Yikes!
Yo, that says a lot. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't.
Conor McGregor against Chad Mendes on a last-minute change of the Jose Aldo fight before Conor even truly made it to superstar status did 825. George St. Pierre versus Jake Shields did 800. Jan Blachowicz versus Israel Adesanya just did 800.
Yeah.
John, come back to earth.
Yeah, for real.
When you said they weren't paying you, I thought you were getting 650, 750 to show, 750 to win, maybe walking away with $1.5 million, $2 million. I said, I mean, come on. I get that he doesn't sell the most pay-per-views, but give him some respect for the resume.
Right.
Give the guy $5 million.
Yeah.
They offered you 10 and you said no. Oh no, now I gotta be real. I gotta be real. I try to be, I'm a John Jones guy. But now you're bugging.
Yeah.
Now you sound like you were legitimately pricing yourself out. Because what I mean is, I can't believe this to be true, even still. It's like you're saying you think you're gonna lose, so you have to make your payday on your cash out. It's
sometimes it be that way.
Yeah, like in action movies when you're bank robbers and this is going to be your one last haul because you're going to end up getting locked up or something. So,
right.
Like Walter White made the most meth right before he thought he was about to die so he could leave the most money to his family.
You're goddamn right.
Very true.
Why are you trying to act like this is going to be all your kids have to live on? You should walk up in there, whip that man's ass, and then say, guess what, Dana? You want to see this heavyweight belt that means the most to the company ever back here again? And if you don't, I'll relinquish it again. And then I'll sit on Twitter and I'll have 2 divisions that I'll reign over and delegitimize your champions the entire way while you're trying to promote fights.
Word.
I just beat Francis Ngannou. And if you were truly confident that you could do that, you'd take the fucking $10 million offer that ends up being 25-30 after pay-per-views if this is as big as you say.
Those numbers.
That's
those
crazy.
Numbers are crazy.
It's crazy. Like only Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor have ever eclipsed that. I don't know if you do that. Like
that's nuts.
Like come on, bro. Come on. Stop, man. Stop. I thought they were offering you change.
Very true. I thought they were too, but yeah, numbers are out now, yo.
He said it. John Jones tweeted it. They offered me 8 to 10 mil on the last one. I'm hoping they don't come that low this time. He's setting precedents,
That's a
bro.
crazy statement.
I was shocked that he was speaking money. Like UFC talks never happen in the public like that. Like where actual money.
Right.
I swear Dana be like, yo, I can't. I'm going to pay you 10, but I can't tell you that. If I put that on the paper and these other idiots find out, I'm going to have Kamaru Usman asking for $10 million.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he sells 400,000 pay-per-views. I can't do that. So I whatever, but he admitted that he admitted that, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a time way back when there was already talks of this fight when he first relinquished the belt. And they were talking about doing, and he was saying the money fight. This is the fight he was having with them last time where they wouldn't pay him enough. That was about a Francis fight.
Oh,
and he said that too. And he said that time they offered him 8 to 10.
Shut your mouth.
And he hopes that this time when they go to the table, they don't come that low.
That's so crazy.
And I was going to tell you that I think he lost his edge because he's off drugs. Now I'm convinced he's back.
I love cocaine.
Oh, shit.
Bro, I'm all about knowing your worth, yo. And do I think the UFC has always paid him his worth? No. No, I don't. Do I think that when they came to the table with $10 million to fight Francis Ngannou before it was even for the fucking title, do I think that was his worth? I said, yeah, I think you're just about in the motherfucking neighborhood.
Right.
I mean, yeah, like you are the greatest of all time. I just got done saying that. But like, you're not the greatest seller of all. Like, you don't sell the most pay-per-views.
And that's the thing, bro. You don't bring in the fucking buys. What do you want Dana to do?
I'm the biggest purist there is, but I don't give a fuck. That's the second half of the game. You want to act like you're an MMA purist? No. What are you talking about? Do you go and spend your Saturday night watching two nobodies sweat on the jiu-jitsu mat at the local gym? No, you watch the UFC, right? You want to be fucking entertained? Well, when you get to the level of the UFC, it's different. Just like at the Super Bowl, every one of these players have to go through fucking Radio Row and do interviews all week. Guys that nobody can give two fucks to speak to all year have to do it. Guess why? Because you're in the Super Bowl. That's why.
Exactly.
And the UFC is the Super Bowl of mixed martial arts. So if you'd like to have it your way, like it's Burger King, then go to Bellator, bitch.
Oh, I like it.
Part of this game is promoting. What you should have done, the first tweet out your mouth should have been like, Dana gonna have to pay me not to beat his heavyweight champion's ass.
Exactly.
And when I'm done with him, Dana, you better have the account ready.
Better have my money.
Because I won't come back off of that one until you pay it right. Because now I'm a superstar.
Yeah.
But let's see that first. If the first thing you say, because here's my question, and we could almost just move along after this and just fuck it, like whatever. We'll see how it plays out when it does. Does he have this gigantic fight if Stipe won?
Not even a question.
That's what I want to know.
I think he looks at that like fucking easy money, easy food laying there.
Once again, a little disrespectful to Stipe, but true, right? Because it's just so much of a better matchup.
Yes.
Because you're never truthfully going to outskill or outwork John Jones. You have one way to beat that man. That is the Michael Jordan of MMA. There's going to be one way to beat him. It's going to be to knock him the fuck out.
Yeah. Unconscious.
And let me tell you something. He takes a hell of a motherfucking punch too.
Right.
No one even talks about that. It's all about his offense. But I've seen guys in his career lay some real leather on his face. And he don't go down. He don't even stumble for the most part in all these fights that he's had against fucking killers his whole career. All right? But I don't know. I don't like it. I think if it was Stipe, I think he would have accepted what the contract was and more than likely came and got that belt and then probably held it hostage for more money.
Right.
But this time he's basically just trying to say like, I don't know. Maybe even I'm starting to question myself that maybe this guy could fucking end me. And if that were the case, all this shit would be washed down. You know, if Dana already don't like you, if I lose this fight, I'm fucked.
It's very true.
The next contract they come back with is going to be super light, or they're going to let me go.
Yep.
So I have to put that risk into my negotiation, and I just don't like that mind state from the start. You might get your money, but you also might get what you think you needed it for.
Exactly.
Anyway, some other UFC news quickly. Miesha Tate's making a comeback. She stepped away from the sport in 2016.
Dana was like, yo, come through. I need somebody to come liven up this division again because I need somebody to get up there. Yo, I'll feed you a sheep. They marrying.
Wow. Asshole.
I mean, I think it's more to say, like, my God, I would just like to have somebody we can face. Like, who the fuck is Amanda going to fight at either weight class?
Apparently, it's going to be Miesha Tate next year.
All right, relax. She retired in 2016. It's been fucking, not 16. Was it? No. It couldn't be 5 years ago.
Was it?
No way. Well, I don't know. I know she was working for one championship as like the VP. She claims to say she has the tools to beat Amanda, and she was in a much worse place in her life back then when she had to let her career go. And she's in a much better place now. So we're going to get to see it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
I don't know if you remember, but you know, that's who Amanda won the belt off of.
Yeah. A while ago. And she's been holding it down.
Because Miesha chokes out Holly, and then Amanda gets the next shot at Miesha.
Yep.
And that's when Amanda's run started. I don't know. I mean, I think it would be cool, I guess, just because she does have a recognizable name and it's been a long time. But let's be real. Nobody's beating Amanda right now. I'm over saying that until somebody does, I guess.
If you really want somebody to beat Amanda, you might as well try to go get Cyborg to do it again. But I think she's comfortable where she's at.
Yeah. And you know what, man? I'm not exactly convinced anymore that she truthfully is afraid of the fight. I just think Bellator probably really does treat her a lot better.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's not to shit on the UFC, because I think if the UFC likes you, you'll be treated way better than the UFC.
Right.
But just better because they have more resources to offer you than Bellator does.
Yeah.
But frankly, they never really liked her. Dana has never gotten along with her. She, I think, causes him a lot of grief, but it's also because, like, he shit on her for a lot of years. He had said she looked like Vanderlei Silva in a dress on record. He was doing that podcast with Rogan that time, and they said, what do you think Chris Cyborg would have to cut to get to 145? And I think Joe Rogan said she'd have to start with her dick.
Asshole.
And
that is a fucking wild statement.
And that was to Dana White while he was on the show.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, like, Dana's never been the other commissioners of the league, man, but I love that about him. I guess it just sometimes comes back to bite, but yeah, and I think they never had a good relationship because of it. And she was like this reigning monster outside of his organization for a long time, and he was never going to truly recognize her with any respect because of that. And I think Dana clearly has people he likes and others that he doesn't, and then others that he doesn't even deal with.
Yeah, he's got a Robert California list.
Yeah, exactly. Because like Tyron Woodley, bad list. Who else? Even Stipe Miocic, I think, after that whole shit that happened a couple years ago.
Covington, bad list.
But he's only on the bad list because of that time he recorded him with the hooker in the casino.
He got erased from this side and got put on that side.
But I actually do think he likes Colby outside of that. I think he's just being punished for that. But yeah. I don't know. John Jones, definitely on the bad list now, you know? And I think Cyborg was definitely on his bad list. So one of the greatest days in his life was when Amanda knocked her the fuck out.
Oh, and he enjoyed it.
You had to know Dana almost was going to say to himself, like, yo, I can't even let her get that one back.
Yeah.
That's so pleasurable to actually control the fact that she can't get it back.
Peace.
Like if I could speak for him, which I wouldn't try to do, but I guess maybe this is just me speaking. Me, and I know Dave Portnoy from Barstool would feel the same exact way. Like, he definitely behind closed doors was like, let me tell you something. Amanda could lose. She could lose 6 in a row. Until the day she no longer wants to fight, I will pay her to fight here to make sure Cyborg doesn't get that one back.
Yeah.
And lucky enough, Amanda just keeps whipping everybody ass and keeps continuing to be the GOAT, and it just makes it better and better. Like, Cyborg could go to fucking Bellator and win all the belts she wants. They could have, let me tell you something. Cyborg could be, I'm dead serious. She could beat one of the dudes over there at like 135 and win their belt. And she still is not Amanda, because one-on-one, Amanda knocked her the fuck out. So all that means is Amanda would also beat up that dude. All right, so let's roll on before we're fucking here all night. We just want to do we'll make some quick mentions, but we want to make some early predictions, get them on the record night before the baseball season starts. We picked each division winner. We picked who we believe is going to win the ALCS and NLCS. We picked the World Series winner and an MVP for each league. I guess, I don't know, where do you want to get started? We want to go AL first, NL first, East Coast, West Coast, Central? Kick it off. Let me know. You pick the first division.
You want to start off with the easiest one to call, the NL East, even though it's the hardest division in the whole MLB?
Definitely the hardest division. I'm going to understand that clearly. I am not a unbiased observer of
I
this.
made my decision. You see what it is right here. We bleed in blue and orange. Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
This comes back to bite us in any type of Maloiki type of situation. I don't give a fuck what you think this podcast character is.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I swear to God, he made his decision. I made my decision when I was 7. My uncle told me when I was 7 years old, listen, John, you're going to have to pick one. You are not allowed to root for the Yankees and the Mets.
Right.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
The Yankees, they're from where we're from. They're from home. They're from the Bronx.
Uh-huh.
But everybody loves them.
Yeah.
They're the fan favorites. They're the heroes. But then there's the Mets. Mm-hmm. These are the scrappy underdogs. These guys win. It wasn't expected.
Yeah.
Every time these guys ever won, they were that happy-go-lucky root for him underdog. They were Rudy and from Notre Dame. You know, like they were always that. So I made that decision at 7 years old, and I challenge you to find a picture of me in a Yankee hat since.
You're goddamn right.
The day I ever find it, don't worry, fans. It'll be posted on the pod.
Wrong.
He doesn't do any of the editing, so it won't be posted on the pod. But it doesn't exist, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. I grew up in the Bronx. I spent years in other places, always in New York, though. Came back to the Bronx in my early 20s. Still, Mets fan through and through. The NL East, we are back. You understand this?
Oh, easy. That's the easiest one to call. NL East going to the Mets. That's easy.
The one question mark we have is the pitching staff and the bottom of it. You know, we got. I believe right now they're looking at like Joey Lucchesi and Tijuana Walker or whatever as like the back end. I know. But you know, he'll be on his way to Tijuana if he doesn't shape up. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm just a little worried about them. I wish Syndergaard was healthy to start. I just like his Jacob Ram is so great. I know. I don't want to rush him. I don't want to rush him, but I don't know. It's like you know how I feel about Stroman. I think he's a lot of bark. He's kind of a small bite. He's a good pitcher. He's valuable, and he could be really good. But I just feel like he's like the best number 3 almost in the league.
Right.
But when I see his name 2, it just makes me feel. Baseball's weird that way, man. Like it's like a lineup. It's like a lineup. When you drop one batter in the middle of a lineup, and it creates the idea
trickle down effect
of depth.
Yeah.
And when I see Stroman's name come across second, it gives me this uneasy feeling of like that doesn't scream depth.
I think the Mets on any night are giving you 3 or 4 runs, and I feel like that should be enough with our pitching. That should be enough.
Lindor is about to sign a $400 million contract, and he is going to have I just feel it.
Is it 400? I thought they were talking about 325.
We'll see. I heard that his team countered with 12 years, 400. I think
they getting it done before tomorrow.
Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not going to put that deadline on it unless he did. Right. If he said, if he even mentioned if there were whispers, we would hear it already. This, the world's a cesspool, like I said.
Yeah, true.
It'd be on ESPN. Anonymous, whoever source in Lindor's camp says, if it doesn't get signed by now, like, nah. Where else is there to be? Let me ask you a question. The wait and see to free agency thing. Who do you think could pay you the most when we get there?
Yeah, who you think?
You're here. You're here. Yeah, sign it now so that we don't turn you away and let you go somewhere else where you're not going to get the most. Because we could give you the most. And he just bleeds this. I don't know, bro. I look at this guy. He's like what we thought Jose Reyes was going to be.
Right.
But like actually it.
Lindor rips one down the right field line. If it's fair, it's a grand slam. Francisco Lindor knocks in 4.
I'm telling you, I love this kid. There's something about him. I just look at him and I say, I can see it. It's fucking glowing off of him. He is going to be a superstar. He is going to take this to the next level. Listen, you could be a star anywhere and playing in any city in sports nowadays. But baseball is it's not the flashiest sport anymore.
Yep.
So to be like a true superstar, I think being in a place like New York is actually pretty good for you. It's a little different, And I think also when you're a true top of the line guy, you really shine when you're here.
Yeah.
We're going to see him explode, I think. He is going to be everything and more that we expected, and he is the absolute franchise already. Hasn't even played an official real game, and he's the franchise. Steve Cohen ain't letting him go nowhere. Let's go. New York Mets, baby. Let's fucking go Mets. Obviously, I'm not going any other direction. The Braves will be tough. We'll see. Either way, I mean, I could definitely see the Braves taking the wild card in this. And I think they do like the play-in wild card game now, but I see the Braves even taking that. Like, I think they will be the official wild card team to get in. They are still pretty strong, and their offense is fucking beast with Acuna and fucking Freeman and all these guys. So
back to the basics with them, but yeah, we'll see. I ain't worried about it though. NL East is set.
Let's go. It's not,
what's next? NL Central. Who you got?
Central. I went Cardinals. See, the thing about the Central to me is there's a lot of question marks across the board. I can see somebody going with Chicago as well easily.
That's who I'm going with. I'm gonna take a shot on the Cubs, bro.
I figured that. And let me say something. I'm not saying Cardinals as if I'm the most confident fucking person in the world. I honestly believe when it comes to the Cubs,
it's not a bad pick though.
I think either one of them could end up with 90 wins in the division, and the other one could end up with 72 wins and 20 games under 500.
Yo, I wouldn't be shocked if the Reds had a good year, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Brewers had another good year, bro.
Exactly. So I just feel like there's a lot of parity in that one.
Yeah.
Like, I think the NL East is tough, but very top heavy. I think the NL West is the same way, and we'll get to the AL in a bit. But like a lot of the divisions are very top heavy. This is one of those very widespread. I think, honestly, losing Trevor Bauer could be a fucking blessing in disguise for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Straight up. Yeah, I think anything's possible there. I am going Cardinals.
I don't know. Actually, no, I don't agree with that, yo, because I looked at their rotation. It's a little weak, yo.
Yeah, no, they suck.
That rotation's a little weak, bro.
They completely suck, but it would just do me some pleasure if they did well without him. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm going Cardinals only because I just saw too many things like with possibly trading Chris Bryant.
Yeah.
And just like some bumpy roads with some of their players there that I'm a little concerned about the effort they're going to get out of everybody this year. So between the two of them, I went Cardinals. Just say fuck it. I don't know. I'm trying to make the pod blow up. You understand? To the moon.
Yeah. I was going to go Reds, but I said fuck it. I'm going to take a shot on the Cubs. I don't know.
No, I can see that.
Rotation looks a little bit better than the Reds, but fuck it.
Let's get to a fun one.
Yo, you writing these down? We getting points for these or something? What are we doing with these?
This is a recorded podcast, man. We'll definitely
we'll go back. All right, yeah, all right, cool.
Sure. For sure.
Who you got in NL West?
I'm not saying. I don't know. Maybe we should discuss whether or not this is actually part of the picks contest on the day, the week to week. But I think obviously we're not going to have any picks for that this week. We don't have a UFC event. We kind of want to keep it to that. So
Yeah.
I know other times we ventured into basketball and stuff like that, but I really kind of just want to enjoy the games at the start of the season. Yeah, but we'll definitely track these and go back to them, and then we'll have a recap at the end of the season and see how we did. NL West, very interesting division this year. Obviously, you got the defending champs who were scared enough of the New York Mets to pay fucking bum-ass Trevor Bauer $100 million for fucking 2 years, but
it was gonna bite him in the ass.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's hard to do shit like that, like repeats in baseball. Talk about rare. It's just such a long grinding process,
For 162 this year too.
Well, 162 games is not enough. That then they gotta play fucking 7-game series, all playoffs and shit too. It's a very long season.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's hard. I think that wears on you a little bit. I think you always see it sometimes with the teams the next year. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not trying to slight them. I could also see, obviously, I guess the Dodgers could get that wild card spot in the NL, but I'm still going Braves on that. I think the Braves and the Mets are going to have an absolute fucking slugfest this year for that division.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be tight. And you know how big I am on my guys, but I think it's going to be real tight.
Oh, definitely.
Like both teams, mid-90s wins.
Each of those series are going to be fucking important.
Oh, and every time we play them, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath.
And there will be fans in the stands.
I got to get out there. But with the defending champs there, they got a big test right in front of their face this year.
Oh, yeah. They got their own little competition on the other side over there.
Absolutely. And obviously, all jokes aside, when I say they were worried about the Mets, which I do think they absolutely are considering, but what they were probably also really worried about in that Bauer sweepstakes is how much the Padres were able to add this year.
Yes.
And frankly, just because I hate the Dodgers and especially that cunt Trevor Bauer, I'm going Padres for the division.
Right.
I'm hoping that they are everything they say they are, and I prepare and am planning on a beautiful slugfest of an NLCS between the Mets and the Padres as well. I can't wait. I didn't give the winner yet because I'll let you make your pick on the division, but
I will be rooting for the Padres, but I can't go against it. If I'm putting money on it and I'm making a pick, Dodgers to get knocked out early in the playoffs.
Did you see Bauer get crushed the other day in spring training?
No, I didn't really.
Really, I'm surprised because you didn't hear. Man, I mean, maybe I'm just. You do a weekly podcast.
Bro,
I'm
just saying.
Maybe draw on Sports Center once.
It be flowing, but I don't know. I'd be focused on other things, bro. There's March Madness going on. You got women's March Madness going on. You got tennis playing, hockey every night, basketball on the scene. Come on, man. I'm a busy man. It's money to be made out there.
He gets crushed the other night, gives up multiple home runs, and literally actually says to the media afterwards, like I don't even care. I wasn't even trying.
Oh no, I did hear about this, and he went out
because
tipping pitches.
No, because the coach came back from Seattle and like threw a shot at him too. They talked about it, how they asked the coach in the post game, like, "Oh, like what do you think turned it on for you there in the fifth?" And he was like, "Oh well, we weren't really trying the first 4 innings." And then I'm like the coach, like this is the type of coach that I would ride or die for. I'll jump in front of a bullet for this guy. He's like, yeah, we weren't trying the first 4 innings. And then in the 5th inning, we decided to really try. So we shut one eye because then like the week before that, he had done some shit where he was like he got something in his eye. So like while he was right before he was about to pitch, he was squinting and he points it out at the mound. Like he goes like I'm just gonna close this, and then he throws it and strikes the guy out anyway.
Oh,
so the Seattle coach is like, yeah. We didn't start trying until the 5th inning, and then we closed one eye and just started trying, and then proceeded to get 5 home runs off of him in that inning.
I love this shit talking, yo. I love it. I can't wait for tomorrow, baby.
Baseball's so great this year, man. I can't wait to get there. I really truly believe the Mets and the Braves are going to have a slugfest for the division this year. Both will get in. One is the wild card, one is the division winner. And then I believe my Metsies and the Padres are going to have a fucking 7-game war.
Epic series.
I feel it for the first time. I think it goes without saying. Obviously, my NLCS winner and National League pennant will be going to the New York Mets.
You're goddamn right.
Yes, I'm a fan, a lifelong, diehard, and obviously that comes with a biased opinion. But I'm a pretty honest guy as well.
Yeah.
And I don't feel delusional. No, I think, honestly, a year ago, while still under the reign of the disgusting fucking coupons, as I like to call them, the Wilpons, we were already on we are like a fucking run. We were like a team that was scrappy already and could be right there and is right there for a possibility for the playoffs. And if they could just get in and get some momentum going, we could have already won a chip.
Yeah.
Now,
definitely.
we add Lindor, all the changes, Trevor May, I love it for the bullpen. We added so much and we kept everything. We lost nobody. Yeah. We have Conforto. We have Alonso. We have the greatest pitcher of all time. I don't want to hear no arguments. I've said it, bro. You cannot consistently come to the park and get a under 2 ERA when you in your heart know for the last 5 years your team is not going to give you any run support.
Right.
When do you give in?
Yeah.
And to still come out and be so dominant and year after year wins back-to-back Cy Youngs when you get 13 wins, because we can all see it. Like, we don't even care that you're 13-12. We can see it. You're still the greatest. Like, we can see it, so you get Cy Youngs. I believe we will have a bloodbath. I believe by that time Syndergaard will be back. You will get to see that guy's fire when it comes to playoff time, and these fucking, hopefully, these arenas are allowed to be rocking for a playoff series. Let's go, Mets.
Let's go. I agree, bro. Nothing more to add. I guess I will say, last year, you tell me you're going up against the Padres. I'm a little weary of that with that lineup last year.
Yeah.
I feel like we've got that bat, we've got that player that we need us to put us over the top.
Yeah. I mean, they also, they added Snell.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I don't believe in him.
They added a few guys, though, and they kept everything they had, too. So it will be a bloodbath. I don't deny that. Yeah. But I just get a feeling about this team. I get the feeling that Steve Cohen means more than we know he means.
Right.
I think that is the energy that has changed in the building. The fact that people will actually even just consider wanting to play here because we have that correct foundation.
Yep.
You get what I mean? Like that's what I think is the biggest difference here, that people are underestimating, that these guys finally feel appreciated, and they know now if you do it, you're gonna get paid. Yep. Get what's yours, get that bag, and Stevie Cohen will give it to you if you deserve it.
Immediately.
Don't think you're gonna get it if you don't deserve it, though, because he's not an idiot. You don't get to where you are with being an idiot or being soft in any way, or like you just throw money around.
Yep.
But if you earn it, he'll make sure you get it. This is not like the Wilpons where you got to think to yourself, no matter what I do, they're not paying me. So maybe I should, you lose motivation.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
So even if your motivation is money and not passion, but I think we got a group of passionate guys who want to win also.
Yeah.
And now playing for a guy like Stevie Cohen, let's fucking go out there and get it for him. He puts everything out there for us. He does whatever we need. Let's go get it for him.
I like it. I like this energy. Fucking, all right, real quick. Let's run through this real quick.
Yeah.
Because it's not like it's going to matter. AL East, what do you like?
Yankees.
Easy, right?
Too strong.
Easy.
Too strong.
Yeah.
I like Tampa a lot. I like Tampa. They're scrappy. I
think the Blue Jays coming over Tampa.
I don't know, man. And once again, I guess I'm being just kind of like bitter at the fact that they were like the only team trying to challenge us with people. But
yeah.
And I get that they added George Springer and they made a lot of good moves too. I don't know, man. And also, I think there's something to be said for the COVID situation and Canada-based teams in sports.
Right.
Because I'm not sure. I'm not to speak on it. I'm not to say.
Yeah, where are they playing? In Buffalo again?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it,
yeah,
but I know that
even look that up.
I know the Toronto Raptors have not played a game in Toronto.
Nah, they've been playing in Florida and they've been sucking all year.
And they're the 11th seed.
Yeah.
So I think there's something to be said there. You're never going to get a true home crowd. I just don't like the prospect of being a Canadian team in sports right now. I mean, things are too like stay in your own space with the pandemic, right? So country to country, like they're not going to be letting 30 baseball teams and their staffs from all different parts of the United States just coming into their country all year. It's just not going to happen. So
I just found that they're playing in Florida. I don't know.
See that right there? That's my X factor. That's my X factor. That's why I said, you know what? I don't believe in them.
True.
And because look, you know who is not affected by having to play in Florida? Tampa, because they've never had a crowd. They couldn't. There were times they couldn't sell out the ALCS. You're going to be good there. You're just going to learn to be good because you feel like it. They've been playing pandemic baseball their entire franchise history in terms of the crowd. So their fans got the social distancing from the start. You understand?
Very true.
So, and I mean social distancing themselves from the stadium. But Toronto, who could have a pretty electric crowd in that dome stadium.
Yeah, it matters.
Now having to be not home with their family. I mean, it sucks. You got to travel half the season, but at least the other half you get to stay home and be, you go on and baseball has like road trips. So you'll go on like 3-game series or whatever, where you get to leave and go on a couple different states to play a couple of 3-game series. They're going to have to I guess just move their families in, but can everybody do that? Does everybody make them, I know that like Francisco Lindor is not going to have a problem moving his family if he was there. Well, I guess we're talking about Toronto, but anybody who got the bag was Springer just got the bag at Toronto, right? Like he could move his family wherever the fuck they want.
Right.
But does the guy who pitches against lefties in the 6th inning on long relief,
exactly,
who gets 67 appearances a year, can he just move his family wherever he wants? I don't know.
Yeah, nah.
I hope the team's taking care of shit like that for them, but still, then is it even comfortable? So you get to come home every night to your wife's hotel room, your wife and your kids in the hotel room where you don't want to be. People want to be home.
Yeah.
So I think that plays a big part, man. It's weird.
It's a good point. AL Central. I think that's easy money. We were just talking about second place. Yeah. AL Central. I'm going with I'm gonna go with the Twins to take that one, yeah.
Yeah, I actually went with the Twins too.
Yeah, I was bouncing back and forth between the White Sox and the Twins, but
I got the Twins in that too. It's another tough division, I guess, just like the NL Central. It's widespread. I mean, I think the Tigers suck. If I don't know that much about them, but
definitely suck.
And Kansas City is not doing too much. I like Minnesota as well. I'm going crazy in the AL West.
Okay.
I'm taking the Angels. I think it's finally starting to come around that despite literally being the absolute prototype of what a great baseball player should be. I mean, physically, mentally, performance-wise, everything. Mike Trout is more than likely, if you really sit back and look at it, the greatest baseball player of all time already. Right?
I would agree on that.
Just a baseball player. What would a baseball player look like? If it's just could be the most generic fucking computer created player with 99 overalls, fucking beast now, right?
Yep.
But it's finally starting to come around where it's dude, you got no team success. And you deserve it because you're you're a 5-tool player, you're a great defensive player, you're an absolute juggernaut in the middle of the lineup. You've been in the top 5 of every fucking MVP voting of your career, save from last year was the first time I think he dropped out of that. He's been top 3 literally from the fucking first year he came in from his rookie season. I mean, the guy is unreal, but it's time. It's time to I don't know what it is, man. You got to motivate your guys. You got to get the troops. You got to win this division this year.
I'd love to see it for the guy, but their rotation is weak, eh?
I know, but I that whole division's rotation tends to be a little weak, I feel like.
Watch out for them Athletics. That's who I got coming out the AL West.
Well, that would be, because they lack the offensive firepower that everybody else has for the most part, but have the best pitching staff, I think. And you're right. I get that that's usually what it comes down to. I guess there could be a chance with one of those teams in a playoff series if you got to hitting on their pitchers, maybe. But usually when a team's got the better pitching staff like that, I see where you're going. I just think during the regular season, it could get to a point where that's not enough to get them there. Like I said, I think my Angels pick is a bit of a long shot anyway, but let's say any other team were to win the division, I could see them not getting in because the teams battling for the wild card are pretty tough too.
Definitely. I would agree with that.
So who you got winning the ALCS? Who's playing the Mets in the World Series?
I'm going to keep this real simple. 2021 Subway World Series, Game 7 in front of a packed City Field. The Mets win on some 2021 shit.
Oh, man. That was a tough year in 2000. I was 12. As I went through this, I said to myself, shit, like, you can't pick that. Although, obviously, I see how it's lined up to look that way.
It's metalogical.
But let's be a little unbiased for a second. There's a lot of competition there that both teams will need to get over. That includes the Mets. As much as I love them and I think we're destined for it, the Padres are fucking legit. The Dodgers just came off a championship and are still legit. The Braves in our own division are legit. And frankly, bro, usually 2 out of the 3 between Washington, Philly, and Florida tend to be pretty solid. Like one will be like near 500, one will be over 500, and one of them will be under.
Gotcha.
Usually Florida's the worst. If it's not like the Mets this particular year or Philly or whatever, or Washington, but like, they'll be formidable. We'll end up losing 2 out of 3 a couple times. It's a long fucking season. But there's going to be a lot of competition. And, then we get into the playoffs, and a lot of these other teams have a little bit more experience in this than we do in the playoffs. That'll be something to be said.
Fuck that.
The Yankees have a lot of hurdles, too. Like, I think they should watch out for Tampa Bay. I got Tampa Bay. I don't know how to pick up
Tampa Bay.
No. I got Tampa Bay at least getting into the ALCS.
Okay.
And I think if I'm going to go for it, say fuck it, Trout gets all the way to the World Series and wins the ALCS against Tampa Bay.
Wow.
And then the Metsies come in and crush that cute little dream he had and fucking take the World Series in 6. Mets in 6.
Okay. All right. Well, different path, but okay.
I feel. And all that being said, I got Trout winning the AL MVP.
I just can't. I mean, I'd love to see it for the guy. He's well deserved of it because he's had some shitty fucking teams over the years.
I just get this feeling.
I don't think this is the year.
Guess what?
There's been a lot of talk.
You know what? Everything's been fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Since the fucking calendar went 2020, it's like, can I just point out, do you remember back when the year was about to change to 2000, since we had just mentioned it, and there was that big rumor around that all the computers in the world were going to go crazy.
You didn't hear about Y2K? What's
exactly.
Y2K?
It was Y2K. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. If Y2K was the rumor going into 2020, and we had just lived up to this day of what we've gone through so far, it would have been believed then. It would have actually happened. Like, you're right. The world went crazy.
Yeah.
Why the fuck Mike Trout can't get in there? Look, it's wide open, and obviously the Yankees look like the favorite. I think Toronto, obviously, not considering the move from home, has a strong team.
Right.
I think, any one of those teams out of the Central has the pitching to get something done. But obviously the Yankees look like the favorite. I can't find it in myself the day before the season starts to pick a Subway Series, because I just think that's such a once-in-a-lifetime thing to happen. And obviously I'm going to favor my Mets, but I just like Trout to finally make a mark at least and get all the way, but kind of still be fitting to the fact that, like, he can't really get it done, man, because we got too much firepower. And then he just has to make the move to the blue and orange and learn his lesson. Pull a KD.
I like your Cinderella story, dude.
Pull a KD, come play center in Citi Field, baby. Let's go, Trout. Get out of there.
Sure.
You got as far as you could get with them. We told you that. We are the final boss. Now come.
I'm ready, bro. Tomorrow it starts.
Who are the MVPs? I got Trout in the AL and Fernando Tatis Jr. in the NL.
I'm gonna go Pete Alonso on the NL, and I'm gonna go.
This guy's going.
I don't think this guy could get. I don't think he stays healthy.
This is a perfect indication of this. He's a fan of New York.
Shut your mouth.
He's got him in a Subway Series and both MVPs going to New York players.
You already know. I was gonna say Aaron Judge, but I'm gonna get spicy, yo. I think Giancarlo Stanton has a fucking amazing year this year.
Yo, when you spin that hat around, does it have a Yankee symbol on it?
Nah, that one was sold out.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Motherfucking disgracia. Anyway, you've already ruined the baseball season for me.
Let's go.
Oh man,
I'm ready.
What do you think? You want to just mention a little NBA before we get out of here?
Up to you. What you want to do?
All right. Well, I mean, yeah, clearly you don't care when your boys sign a perennial all-star who averages 12 points a game now, but will probably come over there and start dropping 25 on people.
They doing the same thing over in LA. So I mean, what's the problem?
Are they though?
Andre Drummond?
Oh, but you already had.
It was the word for the week. It popped up. First of all, LaMarcus Aldridge, I thought, was going to the Heat.
All right, hold on. Going into this season, they had LeBron and AD. You had Kyrie and KD.
Okay.
So since then, you added James Harden, Blake Griffin, and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Mm-hmm.
And to you, that's the same thing as them getting Andre Drummond.
Wrong.
So what you're saying is you're upset that the Nets are.
I'm upset about
TK?
nothing. I'm upset about nothing. The Knicks are the 5 seed in the East. How can I be upset?
What's up with your boy Julius Randle, bro? He's been absent lately.
Put some respect on his name, all right?
Yeah, I'm just asking where he's at.
Put some respect on my name.
Listen, they're fine. I don't give. This is above expectations, no matter which way it shakes out. All right.
Definitely.
So I'm not. But that's not. I'm not trying to debate that. I'm not trying to say we're in any type of. Listen, the NBA has 2 leagues, and I'm not talking about the G League. I'm talking in the NBA. There's 2 leagues. There's like those 5 or 6 teams who get to beat up on everybody else, and then we see how they do against each other, and then they get to the playoffs, and only a couple of them have a real chance to win.
Right.
The Knicks are not one of them, clearly. What we are, though, right now is exceeding above expectations at the top of the list of everyone else.
Right.
Because, yeah, obviously, but now the Nets and Lakers, back to the conversational point, is that those are 2 teams that are right at the top of the only teams with a chance. But how far do the Nets have to get before they feel comfortable?
Pussy.
Like, how far ahead? Like,
I heard JJ Redick wanted to come here.
Pussy.
oh my God.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I just don't get it, man.
Shit.
I don't understand how Drummond, Drummond, you literally made Drummond a necessity because you guys wouldn't stop.
Yo.
Like, it was just like, no, not enough.
Wild.
Not enough. Okay, get something else. And I think
LeBron and Anthony Davis is in the cheat code?
No, I mean, it's like the standard of today's NBA. Like, you got to have at least 2 of those guys. You got to have 2 stars, and then you got to have something around them as well. I understand all about that, but my God, it's just like, and why does it all feel like gross a little bit? Like,
wow.
No, hear me out. All right, so obviously we have I'm not even going to call it a narrative. We have the fact of James Harden, like, completely just saying, fuck it, at the end of the Rockets, right? And then he comes to the Nets, and I mean, he's better than he ever even was on the Rockets, right? And that one was kind of like, all right, James Harden was great for the Rockets for many times. He just came into this season and had a stretch there where he clearly didn't care. I don't know. It's just like with the Blake Griffin shit it's starting to make it feel a little gross. Like, if LaMarcus Aldridge comes out and has like 22 points in his first game, I'm officially going to feel dirty.
I doubt it, but I would love it.
I'm just watching it, I'll feel dirty. Because like the Harden thing, was such a short sample, so you just kind of felt like, oh, he was frustrated. But Blake Griffin might have been playing secret agent man in Detroit for the last 2 years, just waiting for this opportunity. Alley-oop dunks?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Blake Griffin could not jump over.
Strong body.
He couldn't jump over a squatty potty in Detroit. Are you fucking kidding me?
Isn't he the one that jumped over the Kia?
Yeah, in like fucking 2011, bro. What are you talking about?
Rejuvenated.
My man played in Detroit with a full leg brace. I'm talking fucking Uncle Mo who shows up to the park brace, bro. Like the whole leg joint. Like he played.
That's what happens when you come to Brooklyn, baby.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. And that's what I'm trying to say. What's going on here?
I don't know, man. Fuck it. I ain't trying to explain.
All I know is LaMarcus Aldridge wanted out of San Antonio for the last few years. Was still putting up fucking 24 and 16 whenever he felt like it. And this year, looks like somebody, it smells like Kyrie Irving a little bit, but it looks like somebody went to him and was like, yo, pussy, just bag it, bro.
Yo, that's false,
deadline,
bro.
By the trade deadline, we'll get you. He's averaging 12 points a game this year and has been a complete non-factor for San Antonio.
Bro, that's false. Right before he even signed, bro, the news was he was going to Miami the whole time. I don't want to hear that.
To divert the attention of the clear conspiracy that's going on. As soon as I saw James Harden throw that lob to Blake Griffin, and I said, wait a second.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Did they put the rim to 8 feet on that side? How the fuck did he do that? He was a stationary fucking jump shooter for the last year and a half in Detroit. Now he's catching alleys.
Wow.
Okay.
Asshole.
Looks like the setup is in. Looks like they're assembling the Avengers to take down LeBron, and it's a little bit sad.
Nah, fuck that. Sad nothing. Hate all you want over there, bruh. We bringing a chip to New York.
Wrong. Ew. Gross. And just because of that, it's not going to happen. LeBron. Lakers win the chip. Yo, episode 13, lucky number 13, bro. This is a good pod, bro.
You already know, same shit.
Different day. Always love you, kid.
Always love, kid. I'll let you later.
Later, bro.
Peace.